Welcome, bow betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke, where we discuss MMA as well as smoke fine cigars. Welcome, 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 bow betters. It's a beautiful, windy, cloudy day outside here in Chicago. Not necessarily perfect for smoking the cigar, it's just perfect in that there isn't direct sunlight in my face burning me down. The bugs and mosquitoes don't seem to be around. Let's see if I am live. Welcome, 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 bow betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke. Let me see if everything's been going through. Yeah, we got the D-Rest, we got the music. Good, good, good. We are live. Welcome, bow betters. Welcome to Sip and Smoke. It's your boy, Roberto, with the best cigars, usually the best beer and or libations. Today we're just doing my normal a little mix of something that I got over here. But we're gonna have this Rocky Patel Vintage Connecticut 1999 shade cigar. I normally I don't have very many of these. I think that's the only one I have. And I normally don't smoke a Connecticut. It's just, I don't have any variables. I have some stuff that I don't wanna do on a day like today that are like some cigars that are meant to, I have to unbox and open up. And a lot of my smokes at this point, they're becoming valuable. Like even this Rocky Patel Vintage 99 Connecticut, I'm assuming it was close to that $10 range. I'm not positive. Let me get myself on the screen. Welcome, bow betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke. Sip and Smoke, where we discuss fine cigars. And let's see where we're at on the song here. Well, it looks like it's done. We're done the music. D-Rest made that music for me. God bless the man. Yeah, this Rocky Patel. And this one, you know what? I might have gotten this at Binny's. And I know that is the case because it doesn't have the other scan barcode that Norwood Park Royal Cigars would have. It just has the one that comes directly from Rocky Patel. And maybe that's the way they enter them at Binny's. So I'm assuming this was like a Binny's sale item. Oh, what the hell is that? What is that, Rio? Rocky Patel Vintage Connecticut, 1999. Like always, guys, I don't do the background research. I'm not going to tell you where the Connecticut's from, if it's an Ecuadorian Connecticut, American Connecticut. I doubt it's an American Connecticut. Rocky Patel more than likely could be a Dominican. I could find out for you guys. We could look it up. I don't normally like to do my tastings blind, but for you snobs or you guys that really, really must know, we'll look it up. We'll look it up for you guys. We got the time. There's nothing but time. There's nobody in the chat. There still are a lot of bugs and crap out here. You know what I mean? There still are a lot. Seven-year-old Connecticut Leaf. Got a high rating. Come on there. I went to Holtz or Cigars International. 8-year-old Dominican and Nicaraguan longleaf ligueros. Yeah, see, I thought it would have Dominican in it. That's not a bad mix. I don't know where the Connecticut itself is from. I am assuming it's going to be a Dominican Connecticut and not an actual American Connecticut. A lot of reviews. Good flavor, looking for mild to medium. Love these as a quick and easy smoke. Great mellow cigar, can't go wrong with Rocky. Yeah, that's what I assume it's mellow, right? Simplistic. Connecticut shades tend to be that way. Let's see what else is over here. No, don't see anything from Rocky Patel. I definitely got it from Binny's, and it looks like they had a, no, they're not selling it anymore. They had a little gift box for it. Black Cat cigars. Come on. I don't want to get in there. Welcome, bow betters. What up, my Mike's? I haven't been to Mike's Cigars in a while. I used to order from them back in the day. Yeah, $13.15 for this cigar right now, guys. $13 for, I have more of it is the Toro. So this is a $13 cigar. My goodness, like nothing I have, you know, of course I tried to get into that realm where I was, you know, of course I did pieces on that. Like my nephew yesterday was with me. He's like, well, what are some of the inexpensive cigars? And I do have, don't have any more of those actually. But we have gone through those, looked through some of my cigar reviews because I've noticed those. I mean, I've noted those in the description. You should be able to see like affordable. I had a challenge for a few different lives. I did have a challenge on the cigars. Joey's not asking me to do any, to avoid the cigar reviews. No one's there. No one's in the chat probably as usual, which is quite all right. But, you know, it's a Connecticut, you know, nothing is going to be, you know, that special. Did people catch the weigh-ins and the other weigh-ins and the what was that? Okay, boom. Oh wait, did I get off of that? Come on. No, interesting. All right. Interesting. What do you guys think of this event? I think yesterday D-Rest was big on the Frenchman, Frias, right? Was it Frias? No, Fares Zaim. I'm sort of on him too. He's got to finish Frivola though. If Frivola could hang in there, especially and get some takedowns with this, because he's going to need it with his stature. Like Frivola is so short, he had such a height and reach disadvantage, which is going to serve Frias Ziem really, really well. Man, but yeah, look at it. It's nice and cloudy out here, but it feels nice, man. Feels nice, just gotta chill. I'm not up to nothing. I haven't been skating lately. It's been like over a year since I skated. I've been taking walks, but I haven't been working out. Pretty much just been smoking, drinking cigars, and watching YouTube. Yeah, pretty sad life I'm living. Yeah. Whoa. A nice little soft, like, yeah, it has a little softness to it. I could tell that it's really mellow, very different from the. It's not like that fermented farm quality that I had in the cigar yesterday in the Antillas, Flor de las Antillas Maduro. Man, I ain't got no more cheap cigars, guys. I gotta go and buy some inexpensive smokes or just start smoking some different stuff. But hey, you got them, smoke them. What can I say? Rocky Patel vintage, right? Remember what I would learn from someone yesterday on how to use this type of cut, which is pretty. I mean, it's a hefty little cut, right? So we put it on there, see on there a little bit, and you spin. See how I'm spinning it, right? Spin. Ooh. I could see the cap almost already coming up. Spin, spin. The cap already came up. I didn't even get a good cut on it. Let me get a cleaner cut on it. See, it'll still drop. Cap came off. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good like that, guys. I'm going to be happy with that coming off. But I did the spin, spin, spin. And it came off just with the little spinning. I didn't even have to squeeze it very much. It already came off, so no way am I going to get this lit with anything but a torch out here today. Always, especially with the torch like this, always make sure, like I've already burnt myself once, where I had the torch towards my wrist side, my hand side, like this, and I burned myself. So you always got to make sure it's in the correct direction. Tough out here to see that it is burning, but you could see it to make the toast along the cigar. I see it toasting. Hey guys, we could talk about anything you want. You guys want to talk about immigrants? You could talk about immigrants. I was like surprised, like there was a hearing in Alabama on the Haitian immigrants. And I didn't do any like background research of how many Haitian immigrants have moved to Alabama, but I figured there aren't a lot. So why they were having a hearing in their state capital on Haitian immigrants was beyond me. It was sort of like, okay, well, you want to get in the spotlight, you want to like be in the news, or maybe they just want money from the government. right? Like where is all this money going to? Who's getting all that money? Even the new money that's going to be going into Springfield, right? Oh man, they're cutting the grass next door. I don't know if you could hear that. Disadvantage of being outdoors, but I can't smoke indoors, so we can't do this sip and smoke indoors. I got to be out here. Still no one in the chat, but that's okay. Welcome, welcome, Bout Betters. Welcome, Bout Betters. Get the center there going. Again, always far away from that cigar. And I could already smoke this. It's already lit. It's already lit. I just, want to get it nice and make sure that I could see that center nice and toasty where it roses up when it gives you that cherry. Remember that term when, get the joint or the blunt cherries up? It's the same thing. And then you get the little cherry there. Boom. Boom. And I could I don't even have to light it anymore. Get this. Very typical Connecticut. Smoke break. Aloha, my brother. Aloha. Smoke break. It's nothing like Hawaii today here. It's still aloha, but it's nothing like Hawaii, my brother. We're just doing it Connecticut. I really don't do these Connecticut's that often. But, it's just a little, it's at $13 at this point, it's one of the cheaper cigars that I have in my humidor right now. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? That's where my life is at. Even though I don't make a lot of money, my life's been so good where the problem I have right now is that everything that I smoke is it's all in that $15 to $20 range. This one's in the $13 range. I didn't expect that. So lovely, nice little smoke, light, just to hang out. But aloha, good to see you. Smoke break, happy that you came in. I appreciate you commenting. I love your videos, man. Would love to be smoking in Hawaii. There's something about smoking in the tropics, being in the actual jungle, being around the trees and the sea, especially more the jungle. I love being, I don't mind it at the ocean. I don't mind smoking cigars at the ocean. That's what I did when I was in Cabo. I'd walk the beach, of course, smoking my cigar, and I'd sit down. And it's a great place because you're not offending anybody. There's no way you could upset anybody in the evenings when there's literally almost nobody on the beach. And you can't upset the neighbor or the people at the hotel or anybody by the pool. No one could get really upset at you when you're smoking by the ocean over there. Smoke dissipates, but the cigars, it's just different. Doesn't taste the same. But I love just sort of taking a hike in the wilderness or in the jungle. I don't mind it being hot. I don't mind myself sweating a little bit and just like smelling the green, getting it being even just that, even the humid, that jungle humidity with the cigars for me. I love that shit. I miss it. I enjoy it. That's something like in Hawaii that I would do. I'd love to just go sit down by a waterfall, in the hills someplace and enjoy a cigar. Just sit down in the trees and, listen to the birds and sort of what I do here. But this is more of an urban context. I'm in Chicago. It's hard to find peace when you have a grass cutters going on all over the place. And yesterday during my presentation, my evaluation of a cigar, we had I think they were leveling the granite, the gravel for a garage that they're building a couple doors down. So we had that to compete with. But that's the part of living in the big city, But shakas for everybody. We know how we live that life. You gotta live that life. Life gives you lemons to make lemonades, or when the door closes, another one opens, Things happen for a reason, and I take accountability for the things wrong that I've done in my life, and I have to move forward. I know things are gonna change again. They're gonna get better again. Things aren't that bad. They're just a little irresponsible right now on my part, just chilling out, but we've been here, we've done that. It's gonna change. Oh man, yeah. I should be going to Hawaii. I have a friend there too, and the problem here is is that it's so easy for me to go to Mexico. I'm so familiar with the culture already. And then I surf, so I get to this, I could get an Airbnb right at the surf spot, right? Like I could literally walk in the mornings, not even pay a fortune. And that's the other thing, it's inexpensive. Like Hawaii is not cheap, man. Hawaii is like, even Mexico's not as inexpensive as it once was. But the place I get is so convenient. It's so easy to get on a plane. Literally, I could get on a plane in the morning and do two sessions. I get off the plane, literally go and grab an afternoon session if it's not too windy, even if it is, still get warmed up, get out, have a little meal, come back for a sunset session the same day that I arrived on the plane, right? Like same morning. And I would literally, like I said, the Airbnb that I get is a 5-minute walk to the beach, to the surf spot. And I have 3 spots I could choose from. This time I surfed with the more experienced ones, which I shouldn't have done. I don't know what I was thinking. It just a lot of times there were fewer people there. So I was like, even though they were the better surfers, there were fewer of them there. So I was like, oh, I'll get more waves, which sort of could have happened, but it didn't because I wasn't too good on the wave. But I surfed at Zippers a lot. And then the Rock, I should have stayed at the Rock more often, is right there too. I could have easily paddled there. And then Old Man's, where I really should be at anyways. I should just, when I longboard, I always get a ton of waves. I like shortboarding. I can shortboard, so I just stick to my sort of shorter board. And it's just that I'm so out of shape, but I'm not going to make any excuses. But yeah, it's just so easy for me to go to Cabo that it's hard for me sometimes to like pick somewhere else. I went to Costa Rica twice last year, so that was cool. Went to Cabo twice, Costa Rica twice. So that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad of a year. And Puerto Rico, all within 1 year. That's not bad. That is, 5 surf trips in 1 year. Fuck, man, I haven't done that almost since I was living in California and I was living on surfing. I've done it in like over 2 decades. Like had 5 surf trips in 1 year. So last year was a good year. It was a good year for me. That's why Connecticut's are always a sound go-to for everybody. It's unoffensive. It could go with any drink you want. Like anything you want to drink with it, it's going to work. Most cigars are that way, but it's so light. I don't have that creaminess yet. Like with my Connecticut's, just like my Maduros I was mentioning yesterday, I'm always searching for that creamy, vanilla-ish quality in a Connecticut. And it's hard to find. I haven't had that since my Dunhill Tubos, which are my favorite Connecticut's, which aren't sold anymore. If you find them, probably wouldn't still have that flavor. Davidoff has that quality as well. That Davidoff, that nice light latte or little vanilla-ish character to it. Love that. Yeah, what's great, the absence of spice, the absence of pepper, and just really smooth. But I want it to be even more buttery. I want it to be even more, as I mentioned, vanilla. That little, even a slight light frosting, little sweet frosting to it. But it's not a bad cigar at all. This vintage 99 is, it's not my style because for me, it almost has a mono flavor, like it only has one note that hits rather strong, and it is that sort of light earth taste, but it's very, very light, mild. No, it has that little light butterscotch, but it's not as sweet as I would want it. It's not as vanilla-y, but it is very mellow, and it's soft, and it isn't overwhelming on my palate. I would prefer that it was overwhelming on my palate, but it's a Connecticut, so it isn't going to do that, right? But I prefer cigars that are like very deep and rich and luscious and overwhelm the palate quite a bit, right? With oils and flavor and have are multi-dimensional, where it isn't just a one note tasting on the palate. And that's what I usually prefer. And that's why I avoid sometimes Connecticut. I don't have a lot of Connecticut's anymore. This was actually the only non-vintage. This one's 7 years old, so it's more than 7 years old supposedly, right? Because if it has a 7-year-old wrapper, that means it was in probably binnies for time it took the binnies another year, and then I had this for close to a year. So looking at a 9-year-old wrapper here, 9-year-old cigar, more than likely. Right? Vintage. Everything I got, I brought into vintage. Nothing that I have in the humidor now at this point is bought within, everything I bought within the within the last year. Well, not everything, but a lot of things. The last time I bought cigars, a couple boxes and some individual cigars, was like 6 months ago. Because I made a promise to myself for what I was trying to do, because I had enough cigars where I had to start smoking some of the stuff I have. I can't like spend $200 a month in cigars and then have what I have in cigars and then not smoke them. I don't have that kind of money. I shouldn't be spending the $200 a month in cigars anyways, but I just can't do that. I can't maybe if I were wealthy I can, but I still have to smoke them at some point. And I don't have a lot of friends that smoke or friends that are coming over. Like I was mentioning to my nephew, the last time I had us smoking it, I went to a party where we were able to smoke. I was so happy that I did bring cigars because we were in this other section where we were able to smoke, and I didn't know that we were going to be in this other party section of the bar that we were at. So it was my friend's bar, and so I brought cigars, and it was awesome because I was able to give everyone cigars and had a cigar for everyone. And most of the time, so when I mentioned to him, my nephew, and I recommended people, what I brought were the nub cigars, nothing really big. I brought a few special cigars for my friends who smoked a lot to take home. But other than that, I brought the nub cigars in a Connecticut, as well as in Maduro, and my favorite are the Cameroons. So everyone pretty much smoked most of the Connecticut's, and I gave a couple Cameroons around. But I brought like 15, 16 cigars, came home still with a handful of them. So I didn't give them all out, and we still had a good time. So I recommend that to people. For parties, Connecticut's, even for weddings, special events, things that are going to be appeasing to people that don't smoke a lot of cigars. And if you smoke a lot of cigars, even like myself, you're like, Connecticut, that's not my style, but I'm going to smoke the same cigar that everybody else is smoking. I'm going to still enjoy my Connecticut. And typically it's burning a little hotter maybe than that Maduro that I had yesterday. And it's crazy that it still has, even though you'd think it has an uneven burn, it isn't. Being out here with the wind that it is, the way it's holding up, it's a well-constructed cigar, right? It's a well-constructed, it was well humidified. I didn't look at the humidity. Any one of those little pokers that lets me know the humidity of the cigar internally. My dog's over here pouting. He gets to go out. Oh, that bee's on my head. Come on, get away from me, bee. Ooh. Yeah, they're still out here. The bees are still out here. You saw that thing land on my head? Hornets are still out here. They're probably desperate to get their last bit of pollen, last little bit to survive maybe. See what happens with their hives and stuff. Yeah, aloha, welcome, welcome. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, the wireless mic is working. I found these little sound jobbers to protect from the sound. How well is that working? Okay, I guess. Not fantastic, but better than not. Smoke break, man. I recommend these. I don't know if you already have these. Your speaker and your sound sounds pretty good. You come through pretty good. So whatever you're using is fine. But I bought these DJI mics, which I could connect to people's phones. It won't connect to my cheap phone because my phone's old and it doesn't support even this second generation DJI mics. But these are like what people have been using. If you see those short videos, they're great for if you're working out or if you're, walking on something. And, I don't know why some people don't like, especially like people that have well-established channels don't have a nice, he was saying the Olivo, Connecticut. I don't think I've had the Olivo, Connecticut. I always go for the Series V. I'll have to try the Olivo, Connecticut. I don't smoke and buy a lot of Connecticut shade cigars, right? It's rare for me to have this. So it's cool. It's cool. Like I was mentioning, I like that jungle. And Connecticut to me doesn't express that jungle. My favorite cigars are primarily from Sumatra, like wrappers are from Sumatra, Cameroon, or Habano from Dominican Republic. I love the San Andreas wrapper, of course. I love that my favorite flavor set that I'm trying to get always is the plantain. I'm trying to get to that little sweet, earthy, vegetable-like character that off the farm, but in the jungle sort of flavor set. That's what I always lean towards, and Connecticut just isn't that. Connecticut to me is I see the shade already. You know what I mean? I see the white cloth over the leaves. It is light and it's like a Chardonnay for me. The Connecticut shade cigar. It's a little almost like champagne or Chardonnay. I wish this one was more of like a little more of a Pinot Grigio, but most Connecticut's for me are very soft. If it would have like a little apple-like character and a more wine-like, it'd be better. And as mentioned to people, maybe I should have just paired it with a Chardonnay or a Pinot Grigio, right? Which is what I would normally do with the Connecticut shade cigar. Light wine with the light cigar is the way I would sort of go. I wouldn't, although whiskey, I wouldn't, whiskey or people are doing that, that's fine. Rum myself wouldn't go that route. I wouldn't even do whiskey with these. I like a wine with my Connecticut shade cigars. My Connecticut shade, I like a Pinot Grigio or a Chardonnay. I like a nice white wine. Or a rosé. I wouldn't mind a rosé. I don't know why people don't like rosé wines. Rosé is very flavorful, very light, very delicate, nice sweet characteristics. Another white wine that would work really well if you wanted to really sweeten it up is a Gewürztraminer, a German wine that is sweet. I know that in Hawaii, a Gewürztraminer is actually a good pairing for a lot of the foods that because if you guys have the pork roast and a lot of pineapple, like that Gewürztraminer goes very good with pineapple and fruits, right? So I know that if you're having pork or even Spam, lately I've been wanting to have that Spam in my feed. I don't know if you guys, and they definitely have it in Hawaii. The Spam roll, that's like a sushi roll, right? I want to have that. They put like almost the sweet sauce with it, with the seaweed. You could add some cucumber if you wanted to into the roll, and with the rice. Oh man, and it's a big roll too. It's like a sandwich. I'd love to have that thing. I haven't had Spam in years, and lately I've been looking for that. They're the aroma champagne. Yeah, I'll try that. I would find something creamy. Again, it's not like the Connecticut shade cigars aren't like my flavor sets. But if I was gonna find something, I want it like vanilla creamy-ish. And it's not far away. This cigar is not far away from that. It's just not. I think what's happened is it's not that I'm prejudiced. It's just that once you've had something that's really good, whether it's a wine, whether it's a cigar, whether it's a woman, whatever it is, you're always seeking to have that again, right? You want to, like almost like a drug addict. You want to chasing the dragon. You're chasing that. Oh man, I had it. It was so good, and I become sort of fixated. I think Smoke Steak was saying Mitsubi. Is that what they call the sushi that's with spam? The big spam sushi. I think it is. Yeah, I have a taste for that. I haven't had spam in years, but for some reason it's in my feeds, and everybody makes their version of it. The Koreans have their version of it. Chinese have a version of it. The Hawaiians have a version of it, right? And the Japanese, of course, have it, right? So all these Asian and Polynesian cultures have their version of it. So I think once you like it and you're into it, like it's great because you could, you could try to make it in different styles. Like, oh, today I'm going to make it in this more of the Polynesian or Hawaiian style, and then, or you can make it in the Chinese style, which they use a different sauce on it, and then the Japanese use more of that soy-based sauce, right? So everybody has their little take on it. So, but yeah, I've been dying to have. It was just crazy. I never thought in my life I would say I've been having the urge to have some spam. I never thought. I remember when I was a kid and we had the spam came out. I was like, "Oh, mom's broke. we're on the canned spam. Shit ain't good. Don't say nothing wrong to mom. You're gonna get that chancla on the head. You're gonna get smacked in the face with her slipper if you say something wrong." That's what when the spam came out, I was like, "Okay, it's time to be a good boy." And we still wanted seconds with that, but it was we knew when the spam came out that things were tough. So. Especially, I agree, especially if you're paying for yourself. I assume it's more of a coming to Hawaii or traveling. Yeah, Hawaii is not inexpensive. Although, you could find things to make it, and it depends on the lifestyle you're living. If you're just if you get a nice little Airbnb that isn't so crazy, you got a kitchen. You buy your spam. You buy your stuff for your mitsubi. You buy your rice and some seaweed. You buy some fruits at the market, or you go to like along the road. I'm certain you could pick up some pineapples and papaya and bananas. Somebody's going to be selling some shit out there. Like myself over there in Cabo, there was a lady that she sells. They have a fruit truck. You could buy blended fruits, but she primarily sells the coconuts and coconut water. Right then and there, she could put in a bag for you to take to your room, or you want the coconut, you could have it in the coconut, right? Yeah, these aren't bad. I'll have to try. Definitely the ones, the Perdomo champagne that you're talking about, and then you mentioned the Olivia, Connecticut. Again, I don't always purchase the Connecticut's. That's the other thing about the Connecticut's, because what I try to do, Smoke Break, is I love bringing cigars also into vintage. I like getting older cigars and like holding on to them for a couple years. And that's why I like even some of the other Rocky Patel San Andreas's I have. These La Auroras that I bought, and I bought them on the cheap. Like I bought the La Auroras like for $4. They were like 13. They were 80% off at Benny's. When you see that shit, if you go to Benny's, you don't have Benny's here, but guys that live here in the States, if you go to your big box retailer of cigars or liquor, and you see the yellow tag clearance, and it's something that especially in a cigar, don't even think twice. Just buy everything that's there. I did that with a couple, with those Punch Knuckle Busters, which I wouldn't have normally bought. They put the clearance on the chef. His cigars were also made by Punch, were on sale. There were only a few of them there, so I took all 4. Like whatever's in that yellow tag, even if it's something that you normally won't smoke, it normally means like it's 70 to 80% off, like at least 70%. It's always going to be even more than 50% off. And you're never going to get cigars from anywhere. Like usually, that's not true, because I got those Rocky Patels, they're gone. And I should have bought more of them. I only bought like 20 of them, and they were, for the price and what they are, I should have bought as many as they would sell me. I got like 10 of them left. And even those, like I won't touch them now. The intention was to bring in the vintage. They were already pretty old because when I take the cellos off, you could see the oils that were remaining that seep through on the cello. So the cellos are very orange, right? So you already knew that they were vintage. But I like bringing cigars into vintage. In a lot of Connecticut shade cigars, there's not really that need to, depending on what's underneath in their binder. Like I wonder, did any of the Stillwell Stars make a Connecticut wrapped one? I don't think so. Like maybe if it mixed with that a certain binder that would, like a lot of these have, like this one probably has a Nicaraguan binder. Most of the cigars that I used to enjoy that were Connecticut's had a Mexican binder, right? I used to love the Partagas Connecticut shade, which was a Dominican Connecticut shade wrapper with a Mexican binder or Jamaican binder. This is nice, actually, having someone participate, even just for a short while. I really appreciate it, where I could actually talk about cigars, learn about another cigar, and not worry about talking MMA or something else, because yesterday I got lost on the track and then I lose sense of the cigar. Yeah, for a casual smoke, or if you're going to plan to smoke a few cigars, the Connecticut could be the first, and that's what I'd recommend that it is, like the first cigar of the day if you're going to smoke a few cigars a day, or it could be the last, right? It's going to be tougher being the last, but it just might be real mellow at that point. You might like how mellow it is. I think from the start, like it's a no-brainer starting with the Connecticut. And it's light. It's so very unoffensive and on the nose. It doesn't hit the nose hard, right? That's what I mean by soft. Both soft in its character in terms of on the palate, but also soft on the nose, right? So its aroma is very soft. It would still offend somebody you start smoking these, even if the Connecticut shade cigar. Oh, you're smoking a cigar. I can't tell you how nice it is to sit out here. Even with the sounds of the city, I still have trees right here. There's trees brushing in. Oh, wow. That one isn't a tree. They chopped it down. They chopped it down. That was smart. It was actually a weed. It wasn't a tree. And they chopped it down. They chopped it down when they, I guess when they're building the garage over there, I just noticed they chopped a tree down, which is smart. I guess it's smart, right? You don't want a big tree next to your brand new, older tree next to your brand new garage. So yeah, makes sense. I think it makes sense to chop down the tree. It's gone. What a trip. That's sort of a shame. There used to be birds that used to hang out in there. So now I only have one big tree where the birds might go. There used to be cardinals in that tree quite a bit too. That's a shame. But it's nice today, even though it's overcast and it's cool. It's like probably like 70 degrees still out here. There's no direct sunlight that's beating down on me. I'm not being killed by flies and bugs, so I love the fall. Love the fall for sitting out here, smoking cigars on the porch. Can't beat it, right? Can't beat these days here. Just relaxing, listening to the birds. And I love the band. I love that gold and white. Love that colorway. Very classy, elegant, simple. Well, we're at that almost halfway, and it has another little more butteriness to it. Like it's building a little bit on the palate. That's nice. I like that. I like it. I wish it had more of that butterscotch sort of quality to it with the sort of, like that butterscotch, that hint of caramel, you know, butter and caramel. But it's okay. It's not bad. Again, it isn't my type of cigar, but I'm going to give it an 8. I think right now, that's an initial one. It could, which is better than the rating I gave to the Maduro yesterday. I gave that one a 7.5. And I think that one was because it was also monodimensional and it just didn't have any of the Maduro characteristics that I wouldn't even consider it a Maduro from tasting it and even looking at it. Even though the label said Maduro, it wouldn't have needed it and I wouldn't have ever known it was a Maduro. Right? To me, it didn't, it looked like a lot of the Habano other cigars that I smoke, so. That's the other thing that sucks about, like I mentioned yesterday, like I don't get as many people in here traffic through just from YouTube because the algorithm prefers people utilizing their phones, right? Like if you're on your phone, you're gonna get more people coming through your stream. I lowered the camera a little bit so you catch the About Better shirt, which I think you guys were able to catch it anyways. It's good to see my dog next door. He leaves it alone. He doesn't bother. He just lays down. He's too old to chase and bark anymore. Just laying there. Ugh. Not bad. Not bad. Like I said, it has that. It's almost there. The finish now, because I think a lot of the residual oils are starting to coagulate in sort of the cigar a little bit. They're starting to come through, which is good to add a little bit more flavor and character to it, which I sort of like. So now it has a little bit more of a smoky finish. It's still smooth, but it has a little bit more flavor to it. It's not quite as light. Still mellow, but not as light. And I actually appreciate that. And look, it's still burning. Like it's ash sort of by itself a couple times, slightly, but still an excellent burn for being out here in the wind outdoors. Great construction. The Maduro, Florida de las Antillas yesterday that I smoked was also really well constructed. But yesterday there was absolutely no wind whatsoever. So what do you say about that? Yeah, nice. Nice soft cigar. Yeah, sometimes I wish I was out there in Hawaii to look at. I think you have more choice of birds out there and plants. You know what I mean? Here, there's like these two types of small little birds, maybe a pigeon. If we were lucky, you see a cardinal, and if you're really lucky, you see a blue jay. In my area, you might see a hawk too. Hawk tooey. In fact, I wonder if those are hawks up there on the chimney of the school. And there's like a bird's nest up there. There are a few birds. I have to bring my binoculars and see if that is the case. That there's like a hawk's nest up there. But there are hawks in this area as well because we're by a forest preserve. And there are a lot of hawks over there at the forest preserves. Maybe some crows here occasionally. But the diversity of the birds here are not that great. I don't even see as many robins as I used to in this area. We used to have more robins. You would see even more crows. Lately, it's all these small little finches. They're really evil little fighting little bastards. They're not really the nicest little birds. Sort of scare me that if they were like larger creatures, they'd be fucking us up, man. Those things are vicious to each other. They fight here. There's two types of them. They fight constantly in the bushes here for the territory, for the area. I think that there is a hawk. I think that is a hawk's nest up there in the chimney up there. So I'm going to get my binoculars here in a bit and check it out, see if that's a hawk's nest up there. I think it is. Or it could just be that they're putting some owls and hawks up there as like to chase away birds, that the birds don't nest there. Because if they see the fake hawks, you know, they're decoys. And they have the fake decoys up there to make sure that the little birds and other birds don't make a nest. I'll wait to discuss some MMA if someone actually comes in. Discuss some MMA, we'll discuss MMA. Otherwise, I'll rant like our guy. I have the best. I only have the best cigars. Only the best cigars I smoke. It's the greatest cigars. I'm the greatest cigar smoker in the whole world. Only I can save the cigar world. It's a disaster what's happening in the cigar world right now. I need to come and go to the places and get your cigars and smoke your cigars. Put it on Sip and Smoke so that everyone knows I can save your cigar company. All cigars should come to me. Yeah, if you want to send cigars to me, I'd be more than happy to accept them. I need to actually get a P.O. box or something. Actually, no, I don't want to have them sent to a P.O. box. Because I don't know what the rules are of gifting even cigars and liquor. Because I think technically you're not really supposed to send those out in mail. Even though it's a legal product. Like bottles of wine, alcohol, and cigars, I do not think are supposed to be sent via the U.S. postal system. So if it's coming to I could do a P.O. box that's not at the post office. I could do a P.O. box somewhere else, right? Because the UPS center has P.O. boxes. The FedEx place, I think, has it. And I think other places have a P.O. box. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I haven't had anybody come and offer to send me cigars. And in fact, I was telling my friends that was one of the other reasons I created the cigar channel. Is like, I don't want to make money off this, but if I could get some free cigars, if I get some like cigar company to send me some cigars, I'd be very happy. Send me your cigars, people. Let me try your smokes. I'll make the graphics myself. I'll make a short of your cigar as well as a cigar review. So I'll make multiple content off of your cigar for you, right? So sure, you might only get 1,000 views, but it gets out there and you could use it how you want. So I'm here. Let me know. Hit me up in my comments section. I'll send you my information, no problem. And you could send me whatever smokes you want me to try. I'd be more than happy to try them for you. And I'll make content out of it, not just a review. I'll make a short out of it. I'll some photographs, shorts, and this long form review here. Whoa, come on. Do not. Whoa. That's sort of scary. I'm hoping that doesn't, that wind doesn't kick the computer and everything off this fucking thing. That wind is getting pretty strong. It ashed the cigar for me. Oh yeah, that's some wind. That's some wind. Oh, don't worry about it, Smokey. I appreciate you coming in. You're on the road. Hopefully you're on the road to good things. Driving in Hawaii could probably, I don't know which island you're on, but that could be good and bad. I wouldn't mind me driving up on a road up towards the hills and the mountains, but I bet driving into like Honolulu could be a disaster, man. I bet, because like in parts of Puerto Rico, for example, or even in Cabo, certain hours driving in Cabo, like if you're at rush hour in the morning, it's a pain. It's because just Cabo, just like Puerto Rico, there's one main road. You're on one main highway, and if anything happens, or if you're there during rush hour, that's it. You're in a long line of and it's 2 lanes, two or 4 lanes max. Two lanes on, but normally just 2 lanes, one in one direction, one in the other way. Right, so it's not. There'll be certain areas where you could, make passes and stuff like that, but not a lot, man. It's you go at the wrong hour, and you're in a lot of bad traffic. In Chicago here, forget it. We have the worst traffic. So Smoke Break, don't need to be sorry. I appreciate having you here for a moment. Normally I don't get anybody coming in, so there's a nice butterfly. So if I have anybody join the show, comment anything at all, I'm usually generally pretty happy and able to talk a little bit more about what they're doing. Like, I wish I had tried the Perdomo Champagne and the Olivia Connecticut. Now I have to put those on my list. So we'll give them a try. I know that I could have access to them. I have Norwood Park Royal Cigars, one of the best cigar shops here in Chicago, if not the country. I bet even in places in Tampa and other places are not going to have the quality that this guy has and in the condition that he has them in. Sure, you might have them bigger. This guy's humidor is fantastic. It's just a perfect size, not too big, not too small. He's got his stuff to the gills. Like, you got to walk around with like it's almost like a china shop in there. You look on the floor, there's fucking boxes of cigars to your left. You got to walk, be careful what you're touching and pulling around. That's why it's always good to work with your tobacconist there, work with the guy in the humidor. You could pull some cigars from the box that you want to, but if you have to reach for something, just go and get the guy and say, hey, I want the box, something from up there or whatever, you know what I mean? I made that mistake a couple times. I grabbed the box that's there on display, and he's like, no, leave that on display, we'll get you a better one. And they go up and give me a box that's been there for a little while longer, which I prefer anyways, and we just do it that way. Even if they're in the gift area, sometimes they stack, like I said, they stack these things like, whoa, let's see, stay there. I'm gonna have to put my shoes on the table here to make sure that this computer and my drink and shit doesn't fly away. Oh yeah, I didn't do a watch check. I had the cheap Timex that the chrono doesn't work anymore. This was most diverse looking watch because it's so generic. It has white, so it looks I could put this on various straps. I have it on the yellow today to match a little bit of the yellow that goes here, just a little accent, and don't get any real compliments from it, although I'm sure the people have noticed it. It's just a simple white face watch, right? So it goes generically with a lot of different straps, and I could put it on a metal strap, leather strap, NATO strap, right? If I want to put on NATO nylon, I put it on these, or suede, it looks good. It came with a brown leather, which was not a very great quality leather, but okay. But the chrono function stopped working like within 2 months of buying this thing, so a little disappointed about that. Yeah, the chrono function's dead. Yeah, it doesn't reset. It'll work, but it doesn't reset to the 0. So that's not good. Or I haven't figured out how to do it. See, it doesn't reset. It'll go around. Yeah, it just doesn't work. The chrono function doesn't work. I overpaid for this. No, I didn't overpay for this one. This was only, because the chrono function doesn't work. This one was only $49, right? So the strap was $15. It was like more than the price of the watch, but I have to check that. I think I only paid $49, because if I paid $79, I'm going to be a little upset for this. I don't think I did. I think I paid $49 for it. I'll check. But a good generic, if you're going to get a first watch that's inexpensive, Timex, Citizen, Seiko, Chrono, white face is the way to go. For your first watch, white face watch. it'll go with more of your outfits, right? And you're wearing black, it'll go with it. You're wearing blue, it'll go. Look at have it with this sky blue. You put it on the leather. You could wear it as a dress watch. You put it on a NATO strap or even a metal strap, and you could use it for sport. It is water resistant. A white-faced, basic white dial, basic watch like this, with a the chrome or the not quite silver, but stainless steel, stainless steel case is a no-brainer. This watch goes with so many things, and it's a 20 millimeter lug right here, so it's 20 millimeters, and I have more 20 millimeter straps than I know what to do with at this point. I got too many of them. I have a box of them, right? So I have various colors. I have a blue strap, I got a white strap, I got a yellow strap, I got yellow, I got orange, like the orange strap, the orange strap I had yesterday, and is this a quick release? Yeah. So, okay, quick release. I could switch the strap out in moments, right? And almost all my straps are quick release. A couple of them are not. I have this Orient watch that came with this black leather strap that I did not like. I rarely wear a black strap. And I bought some 20, it's a 20 inch, and none of my 20 inch straps, it'll fit for a moment, but they all fall off. So for some reason, I have to have the fixed lug on there. I can't do a quick release. Like the fixed 20 inch lugs will fit on it, but not the quick release. None of the 20 millimeter quick release will work on it. So that's a shame with that watch, but because I bought I bought this mesh strap for it that I wanted, like the stainless steel mesh for it, and it falls off all the time. So, and I wanted that mesh for that particular watch. I could put that mesh on this thing. I haven't actually tried it. Didn't really intend for the mesh to put on it, but let's see if it fits. Maybe I'll bring it here in a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, now I can feel that sun hitting through a little bit. Was it Joaquin Buckley's going to be fighting? I thought he was going to fight Wonder Boy.
This is Canyon.
Trump's over there in Michigan talking his crap. Same shit about immigrants. His wife could barely speak English. His wife's a fucking immigrant. He fucking hates immigrants. We all know the immigrants he hates. You know, we're all immigrants, right? Everyone's an immigrant, including the Native Americans, not even natives. But yeah, Trump's over there fear-mongering, yelling at people, scaring the shit out of people like my mom, fucking up little towns in middle America. He's not even president. He's already fucking shit up. Fucked shit up when he was president. Bands always save my bands. I'm bringing the bands back together. I brought the bands back together. You know, it's just a shame. It's like I said, it's good to share these cigars with myself and with you. If you guys made it this far, you are about better. You are obviously a cigar smoker. But it's nice. It's nice. Other people, you know, they have more fans. They got more people joining the different audience. They go on at a different time more consistently. Like those old cigar guys that get together. They get some guests. I can't even really listen to them that much. The soy sauce assassin guy, he gets some fans in there occasionally. I can't watch that guy anymore. I like Hugo Smokes. I could watch him. And there's that other guy. I think he's close to me. I think he's here in the Midwest someplace because he seems to have the temperature environment. And he sits in his backyard and just smokes a cigar, and I can listen to him. I guess it's what people want out of this. It is definitely personality. And as I always say, maybe, you know, just like you with the job interviews, you know, I just didn't didn't win it out. They didn't like me, or it wasn't about skills, that's for sure. It was nothing about skills. That's the funny thing, that the last two big interviews I had were like, I was the only person in the area with the actual skill set and discussed the skill sets and experience from the skill sets, and I didn't get it. And I go, okay, that's a little weird. They chose, obvious, because I got to see who they did choose, and like the guy who had no experience in our field, right? And I had direct experience, and he got the job. So it was like, okay, okay, I'm either not just well liked or not overvaluing myself, because I already know I have the skill set to do it, have the experience. So, but didn't get the job. Oh, there go some other birds fighting up there. Yeah, they're going to the big tree. Going to the big tree. Yeah, still very light. We're almost not quite almost at that last third here, and that the pungentness or at least that the tar is sort of coagulating in the middle. It didn't go all the way through. So it's back to being very soft and mellow. Nice soft undertone. It's not, again, not what I always like, but not an offensive smoke. I'm gonna still put it in that 8, 7.8, 8, range. I wouldn't even know how to rate it as a Connecticut, because I don't have a lot of frame of reference that is recent. Most of my reference of Connecticut's, I had was it the Tabernacle, Connecticut, recently, a few months ago? You'll have to look at my content. Tabernacle. Ooh, that was a good Connecticut. The come on, it's on the tip of my tongue. That's probably why I also do bad in interviews, because I'm always, things are running through my head, and sometimes I stall like this. Even though I know what I'm talking about, I just can't remember it. Probably product of my weed smoking past, where I don't have that quick memory set there. But it was the Florida Sun-Grown, and it actually had a Florida Connecticut shade wrapper, an actual American Connecticut shade wrapper. The Florida, not Sun-Grown, Florida Connecticut, from our boys at, they make the, come on. Oh, shit. It's okay, nobody's here to check me on it. The 1860 Florida Connecticut from our boys at Drew Estates, the Drew Estate Connecticut, Florida Connecticut shade Sun-Grown. That is a pretty damn good cigar. I was like, wow, this is cool. And it's cool that it's an American, right? That it's still an American Connecticut shade. So I finally figured it out. Drew Estates. That was my last Connecticut that I really was like, wow, this is really good. So maybe I need to get some more of those. But now I know I have to get the Podoromo Champagne, and I got to get the Olivia Connecticut that my boy Smokes recommended. I got to get those. Shit. More money coming out to spend. Here's my dilemmas. I got $50. Hopefully I still have the credit. It's still good, the store credit. $50. Do I buy a group of cheap smokes, or do I buy the smokes, put it towards like I really want a box of the Stillwell, the Dunbarton Stillwell 1932 Star, like the Stillwell Star that has like this Perique wrapper in there that's like really just such a good cigar. One of my favorite cigars that I've smoked recently, and I forget what price those are at. I'm gonna guess they're like at the $15 range, right? And I'd rather buy as many of those as I can, or do I buy like a handful of inexpensive cigars to do the sip and smoke here with you, so we try some new cigars, and it isn't gonna break my budget, and it isn't gonna feed into my thing here, feed into my budget. I have 2 boxes of cigars, or one is actually a bundle that I still haven't opened up. A box of the Dunbarton's is it the Esplanade Star? Like those are like fuck, man, those are like, I want to say they're not in individual coffins, but I bought it on an impulse. A box of 10 was like $200. So they're like $20 a piece or $25 a piece. I haven't done a review of those, and I haven't opened those up, as well as a box of the Dunbarton's Umbagago. I haven't unwrapped those. And then there's another box that I have that I've yet to unwrap, but I've done reviews of those. So I bought 2 boxes of the Plasencia Cosecha 149s. So I bought 2 boxes of those, because those are some of my favorite. Those are the San Andreas wrapper. Those are some of my favorite cigars. So I have a couple boxes of those, and I don't anticipate on opening those up for a while. That's good, like very special occasion, or the Cosecha 149s. I might have a couple singles left. I doubt it, and I don't know when I'm going to be in the mood for that. It's going to be special occasions, and then I'm saving both the Dunbarton ones when I have somebody to work with and collaborate that has a better camera, and maybe they could assist me where we could do a better unboxing, some better photographs, a short, an unboxing, and then a better like short review that's cool, that like maybe I'll go to different areas or something like that. Just do something different that has more of a professional look to it, rather than just this here, me being live. Like I do a short where I'm walking around the city, maybe around some of the sites, like go by the Bean and the parks, and go by the lakefront or something like that. Show you a little bit of the environment here, and smoke the cigar, and tell you a little bit about the cigar as we're going, showing maybe some of the sites and some of the art, street art or something here in Chicago, something a little different. I'm going to make my cocktail. Nobody's in here, but that's okay. Welcome, Bout-Betters. I think you guys can still hear me. Yeah, it was the garage. They knocked down that tree. I didn't even notice they took down that tree. That was a big-ass tree they took down. Although it was in the camera, I think you guys can hear me still. Welcome, Bout-Betters. Get the ice. Ice machine's broken, so we got to just scoop it. Welcome, Bout-Betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke. There's the sip right there. Pouring the sip, sip, sip. To smoke, smoke, smoke. Pouring the sip, sip, sip. A little sippy, sippy. So we can smoky, smoky. Don't fall. Don't fall. Welcome, Bout-Betters. Yeah, beautiful day out here. Beautiful day. Oh, shit. Welcome, Bout-Betters. Welcome, welcome. MMA Sip and Smoke. Rocky Patel Vintage. Yo, what's the rating? Yeah, Joy, I miss you. I miss everything. I realize I made a big mistake. I miss easy job, easy money, time I could have made content. I could have used it a little bit better. The rating's I gave it an 8. The rating, I gave it an 8. I gave the cigar an 8. It's just not my style. Like, Joey, this is a cigar I'd give to you. I'd like, if you asked me, like, hey, I want to smoke a cigar, Rob, give me a cigar. This is like probably a cigar I'd give to you to try to smoke. Probably not as big of one as this. A little smaller. I'd get a Corona for it. And I'd give you this. Yeah, this is a cigar I'd have for you. Because it's unoffensive. It's very basic. It's not peppery, so it's not going to get you sick for the first time you're trying or second time you're trying a cigar. It's very light. It has a slight creaminess to it. Very soft aromas. It's just a very basic cigar. Like, it's not my style. I have to try some of the ones that my Hawaiian brother over there, Mr. Smoke Break, man. Thanks for coming again, Smoke Break. I really appreciate you just stopping by and saying hello. Means a lot to me. Everybody who comes in, I appreciate it. Or everybody that watches this. I know I don't get a lot of views on these things, but I'm going to be smoking anyways. And in the afternoon, I'm going to be out here. I got nothing to do. I'm going to I'm going to go smoke a cigar, go on live, smoke the cigar on live, do a cigar review, chat to the people. But yeah, this is not a great cigar, but like, Joey, you wouldn't like The cigars that I highly rate or that I would put like even a 9 or 10 wouldn't be appropriate for you. Like this would be appropriate for you. And it's not that like this is a bad cigar. This is a $13 cigar. I didn't know it was 13 fucking bucks. Almost 14. Or was it just 13? 13 or $14 for this cigar. I ain't got no fucking cheap. That's where I'm fucked at right now. Is I got no extra money and I got no, all I have are expensive cigars. So every time I go to the humidor, it costs me 15, 20 bucks, man. But that's why Joey asked, why are you buying expensive cigars? Why are you wasting money on the cigars? I said, no. When you want a nice cigar and you're living good and you had a good day, and you're having steak, you know, you pull out a nice cigar. Even if things are going well, you don't have a lot of money, guess what? You got fucking a couple $1,000 sitting right there in cigars, a little extra, some wine right there. You could still live pretty good, you know? You could still do all right. You could still enjoy your day, smoke a cigar, have a little glass of wine, and you feel good, and you already bought it. You can't resell it. It's not like at this point with the cigars, I can't resell the shit. You know what I mean? It's even like with the shoes and the stuff that Joey's like, oh, why are you buying the belts and the shoes? Like, you know what? I'll go to the optometrist, or I'll go to the store and I'll dress up to go to the store. I'll put on a nice shirt. You know, and people are like, what are you wearing a nice shirt and nice shoes? And I'm like, well, I don't get to wear nice clothes all the time. You know, I don't go out parties and shit like that. So I might be doing something simple and I'm well dressed. And people look at me like, oh, what's wrong with that guy? But then some people also look at me like even though they didn't get the job the other day, I sat next to the best looking woman and she felt comfortable sitting next to me, even though I'm not like the good looking guy or not. And I got to talk to her for a while and sit with her for a little bit. I didn't get her number or anything, but I felt good that like she felt safe sitting next to me, right? She didn't want to sit next to other people, and like, I'm going to sit next to this respectable dude, right? Boring product reviews. Yeah, boring product reviews. Well, give your pick, Joey. Talk about your pick. Tell me your pick. Tell me why you're picking that person. Put it in the chat, and we'll discuss it. That's the way these channels go. That's the way content creation is done. You know, you share something, and then I'll regurgitate it back to you, right? Who's your pick? Where is it? Wait, there's more boring product reviews. I'm just boring. Joey, that's why I keep on telling you. You're like, oh, the people and the fans. I don't have any fans because I'm boring, right? It's not, you know, that we could talk about what you want and people aren't still going to come. They're going to still think I'm boring. I don't know what the hell they want to talk about. Maybe as Brian said, I gave so many fucking losing picks over the past few years, they're sick of fucking losing. They don't want to listen to my ass. Why are they going to fucking listen to the losing picks? It's not about better. It's like about losing. You know, about boring. About boring. It's not about better. It's about boring. Welcome, about boring. Here to bore the living crap out of you. Make sure to put you to sleep this afternoon. Sleepy Joe is Sleepy Joey. Time for your nappy. Close your eyes like everybody else. Sleepy Nappy Larry. Sleepy Nappy Larry. Ashy Nappy Larry. Let me fucking drool on my fucking uniform over here. Oh, don't bump into me as I'm sleeping on my desk. You know, sleepy. Sleepy Joey. Sleepy Larry. What happened to G, the mattress guy? He's probably sleeping. Sleepy, sleepy. Dude, I already gave my picks yesterday. I gave a pick. And a lot of people were on Moicano. Moicano's like a fan favorite now. Money Moicano. A lot. He's going to fight for your money. And at plus 275, you know, I'm scared of my bet with Brendan Allen. I'm afraid of it because Nasruddin Imavov has got great takedown defense, and he's gonna, dude, he's a killer. Like Brendan Allen wants to stand and trade with him, he's gonna make a mistake. If he's smart, he fucking fakes that he's gonna fucking kickbox with him a little bit, and he gets that takedown in the first minute. Because if he doesn't do that, he's gonna lose. He's gonna get pieced up. He's gonna lose his legs. He's going to get his legs kicked out from underneath him, and he's going to get pieced up, and he's going to get knocked the fuck out. I think that fight goes to the finish. I don't think it goes to decision. The only way it could go to decision, and if it does, it's going to be with Brendan Allen winning, like a lay and pray, like just smothering Imavov, not able to get the sub, but just staying on top of him or getting enough takedowns again and again and again, and just smothering. He's got to have a lot of takedowns to win by decision. Or by that sub at plus 600. There's, I just see it. I see it pretty simple. I see it. Unfortunately, Vegas doesn't see it that way because they have Allen by the sub at plus 600. So that's a nice meaty number. And they have Imavov, like what Imavov's TKO line? What is Imavov's TKO line right here? I was thinking of betting against Kutalaba, but the other guy, he caught up. It's almost even money now. It's almost even money, right? Like that's what I fucked up because the other guy was like a dog the day before, and now it's like even money. I was thinking it's betting against Kutalaba because Kutalaba, if he doesn't win in round one or at the beginning of round two, he's gonna just gas and lose. And that other dude looked in great shape. He looked ready. Yeah, Imavov is minus 198, so plus 175 on the turnaround. For Allen, he was plus 175 earlier, just 5-10 minutes ago. Now he's plus 170. So it's fluctuating a little bit. Imavov TKO plus 200. Right? I think that fight doesn't go the distance, man. I don't think it goes the different distance. Not to go the distance, minus 110. So they're sort of leaning that way. They're like, not quite, but they're sort of, oh, my dog, my little buddy. Come on, Riel. Dog's pouting. I'm on Brendan Allen. That money line in that sub. All he's got to do is wrestle, but Imavov is so good in his takedown defense. And Imavov, all his wrestling, his grappling stuff is all padded. He's not a wrestler. It's all padded because he does more of the club and takedowns. He's very good fight IQ. If he could take you down, he will. He'll club you and take you down. Just hold you there. He's got a sub or two, right? But he's not really a sub threat. Allen's just got to use the jiu-jitsu, man. And that's been Allen's problem that's why he gets knocked out, right? He gets knocked out because he wants to stand and trade with these guys, stand and bang with guys that are just better than him. Play into your strengths, and he wants to be exciting. Allen wants to be exciting, just like Moicano. That's going to be Moicano's problem in this bout with St. Denis, is that he's going to want to stand and trade where he should try to wrestle. And St. Denis could do the same thing that Dos Anjos did to Moicano, which is wrestle and ground and pound, maybe get the sub, but not quite, more just get the ground and pound and control, and just keeps on doing it. And it ends up being an exciting fight. Sure, Moicano makes some money and it's exciting, but he ends up losing, right? So Moicano's just got to go for that finish. That's an interesting one. Who's going to get the finish there, if there is going to be a finish there? But Moicano, it's dog or pass. Like, you can't make money. I'm not going to put St. Denis in a parlay, and I'm not going to put Imavov in a parlay, even though, man, he's at home. I think Imavov has a tougher fight. I can't say that. Moicano's problem is that he's going to be too willing to stay on the feet, getting pieced up, and he's going to be too willing to fight off his back. And Allen can't do that. Allen can't, like, at the third round start to switch. Okay, I'm going to just go turtle into guard. You know what I mean? You can't do that. He's got to actually, like, get Imavov down. He just can't fight off his back or expect Imavov to go down there and fall for, like, some kind of arm triangle or something like that, from bottom. It just isn't going to happen. And I would say the same thing with Moicano. Like, that's going to be his problem. He's going to, like, oh, I'm going to fight off my back. And it's like, no. Fucking St. Denis is really good jiu-jitsu. He's really good ground and pound. I don't think he's going to have, he's much shorter, so I don't think he's going to want to stay on the feet that much, Moicano, even though he can. I think Moicano's got to, he's in a tough bout. But everybody when I was watching the ceremonial weigh-ins and shit, everybody was on Moicano. Everybody in the chat loves Moicano. Even though the sun's not out, the fucking flies started coming out right now. That little heat was enough to, like, hey, they woke up. They woke up. So yeah, my pick was Allen via sub at plus 600. And I hope he gets it, you know? At Cuchalaba now, he was a bigger favorite. It's almost even money. No, it switched. Dude, Irsan, Ivan is now the favorite. It flipped. In the morning, it was Ian Cuchalaba at minus 115, and this guy, Ivan Irsan, at minus 105. Now it flipped. Now Ivan is the favorite. So that horse is no, I'm not even going to bother it. I'm not going to bet there. Cuchalaba now is the dog. That is crazy. I think it's the weigh-ins, like the ceremonial weigh-ins. Like, the other dude looked in better shape than Cuchalaba. Cuchalaba tried to, like, intimidate him right away, and the other guy was, like, pretty big himself. He's from Croatia. I didn't see him with Crow Cop, in his corner or anything like that. But nah, I'm not betting against Cuchalaba, and I'm not betting for him. I'm gonna avoid that. My main plays or my main looks are Brendan Allen. I was looking at something else, but I didn't. I'm for Ludovic Klein. I think he's going to win out. Roosevelt Roberts trying to make his comeback. It sucks they gave him Ludovic Klein in France. That's fucked up, man. They give him the worst bout possible. I like my boy Victor Altamarindo. He always fights for your money at minus 130. But am I going to bet big money on that? No, because he disappoints sometimes. He's a little wild. Not the best fight IQ. And there just really wasn't anything else that I was even considering, right? I wouldn't hate you if you went for that Matt Pervola against Frias Ziem, but I think Ziem's going to take it even at minus 130. Yeah. And Battle against Giuseppe. I forget where I saw Giuseppe. Giuseppe wasn't horrible, but Battle's he's surging, man. He's surging. So yeah, I'm Allen, and I like Imavov though, man. Imavov is such a tough motherfucker, good kickboxer, but if Allen could just continuously start push that wrestling, push it, but he doesn't. That's my fear right there. And I'm almost willing to fucking jump on Moicano just because he fights for your money. But I'm not feeling any, that's why I didn't do a lot of content. I didn't really go strong on this card at all, or even make any content on it, is because it's not like unfamiliarity with the fighters. It's like there's not really good betting odds. And these dogs aren't strong. I'm not, and the favorite lines, you could build a favorite fucking parlay, you know, like, let's see here. Antamarindo, he's coming from the U.S. Yeah, man, Ladovic Klein is minus 950. I can't even, come on. Not gonna, Sai is fucking minus 600. Can I even go there? Him and Zaim, plus 213? No. I'm not gonna do that parlay. I could just take fucking Allen at the money line and I'll get fucking plus 170. Or Moicano, and you get plus 225. One pick, one dog pick of those two dogs, rather than that parlay. Right? Because that's the parlay that I would do. I think Zaim's got a piece up Frivola. That is a huge height and reach advantage. Not the best takedown defense. Good get-up game. Frivola doesn't have the best like jiu-jitsu. Just the distance management, and Frias is really good. Zaim is really good at that distance management. And I think he's going to keep him at bay and he's going to piece him up. But he's not a finisher. That's his problem. But then again, Frivola sometimes could be a punching bag. I don't think he gets the finish though. I think it ends up being a decision, and it is what it is there. Make sure there's no bugs in there. Ugh. Yeah, Joey came in. He probably had a flight. Probably had to work. The main event is ready, people. The main event is indeed ready. Hurricane Helen hits the state of Florida. There it is. Trump is still alive. Bet against Cutelaba. Well, you better put it in now before fucking this guy ends up being a bigger favorite. I didn't look at the other dude's fights and see what kind of chin he has. That's the problem, though. Sometimes a lot of people they bring in the UFC that are new, it's all wins, right? They're fighting cans. Even on the European scene, they're fighting like dudes that aren't like well known. And so you don't really see when they come up against a real power puncher or somebody like Cutelaba. Cutelaba's problem is like he just didn't develop his skills. He's just so cocky. He just doesn't develop anything. Doesn't develop his jiu-jitsu, doesn't develop his wrestling, doesn't work on his hand skills. You know, he seems like he'd be a bully in the gym and nobody wants to train with him because he's not really like wanting to learn. He's wanting to fight all the time, that he's not developing. You know, because he's always going too hard and doesn't have the time to really practice and work on his skills. And he probably seems like he doesn't like listen to his coaches. It seems like that hard head type that is just not willing to change up anything that he's doing. Another thing about these lighter Connecticut's, I don't salivate as much on the tip as I normally do on my other types of cigars. There's a lot more. I think that could just be the light flavors, like it isn't like stimulating me as much. I don't care how that sounds. You know? But that is the truth of this cigar. Normally there'd be fucking Slobbered all over it. I have to watch my language here in a little bit. The school is coming out. I live down the street from the school. It's almost school hour. You know, I don't think that was I think that was an actual hawk. I was mentioning earlier over there, like I only see one bird up there and there were two up there before. I think that is a hawk's nest up there. Which I bet the people that run the school, that manage the tower over there, don't care, because it keeps away the, if they have a hawk's nest there, it keeps away the birds, and it just has them there. So it's fewer than the pigeons and all the other birds that could do it. I think it's a hawk's nest. Yeah, the old little perch up there. Because I only see one of them up there right now. Yeah, check that out. Yeah, final third cigar, very smooth still. It's very light, mellow. I didn't give it a little attention. It needs a little attention now. Yeah, even when you relight these, distance, guys, distance management. Sometimes I toast around again, just as I would if I were lighting it from the initial part. I don't mind that it needs attention to if it goes out. A lot of Cubans require attention. You got to always keep that thing light or lit. I can't rate it after the first, with that relighting, because it's always going to be a little more toasty. You're going to get a little more toast from it. And I can see the ring where, ooh, it dropped off, where it relit. Very soft, not quite butterscotch, but very mellow. I can see why people like these Connecticut's. I can see why Connecticut's is a favorite of a lot of people. Very unoffensive, super mellow, very relaxing. I prefer something a little more complex. Like I like a flavor set, not just a one or two sort of notes. This thing has more of that one note, and just like the cigar yesterday. I'm going to still leave it at that 8, even though I should drop it down, but it's well constructed. It's out here outdoors, draws really good. It is what it is. Like, Connecticut's are what they are. And that's why I'm not a big Connecticut person, but there's a time and place for any cigar, just like any drink. And Connecticut just happened to be what I pulled out of the humidor today, because I thought it was like one of the more inexpensive cigars I had, and I was completely incorrect. I'm having a feeling I bought this on sale, because I don't know if I paid $13 for a Connecticut that was a Rocky Patel 19 like this cigar. I think it was on sale, and it probably was the case I wanted to try it to see if I would buy more of them. I don't know. I don't remember, because it's been months. It's been months since I've bought the cigar. I have to call the cigar shop today, and I hope my cigar credits still last for at least a year. I don't know. I've got 2 of them. I don't want to waste them. I'm going to call and let them know, hey, how long do my cigar credits last? Next time I get some little more money. Natural sounds here, guys, of the city. I love that big tree over there. It did a good job. It was very lush this year. Not as lush as normal, but still pretty good, and you hear it in the wind. Yeah, this is the time I would want to go fishing too. Like this month, where it's not so hot. You know, you wear your jacket just before winter. For me, this is where I could spend time over there on the water. Not even a big fisherman, but I don't want to go when it's super hot and you're fucking in the deathly sun and shit. Sweating, the fucking mosquitoes are biting the living shit out of you. The flies are getting to you. Fucking water smells. Like even a nice lake smells like a fucking swamp. Fucking stinky as hell. Like these are the days that I'd rather go out on the lake someplace, even if it's a little wind. I gotta try some fishing because I would eat the fish. Unlike everybody I know that catches and releases, including my brother, and he's a fisherman, avid fisherman, they all catch and release, and I get it because you want to respect the water. But you're allowed to take a couple fish. You know, take it home, fucking cut it up in the garage, set up your fucking cast iron or your fucking open fire, you know, or your oven, or your fryer pot with the little fucking frying oil. Bread that shit up, flour, bread it up, batter it up, fry it up. You know, even if it's your perch, that's all you caught. I remember back in the day when I was younger, I didn't catch any muskie or I didn't catch a walleye or something like that. I'd be catching the perch and I would keep the big perch. Like I'd keep, if that was a big ass perch, I should have probably thrown it back, but I'm like, oh no, fuck that. There's tons of these things. I'm gonna grab a fucking like 10 big perch and I'll make some fucking perch fillets for people, and everybody would complain. Oh, my buddy would complain like, oh my God, you didn't catch a walleye, you didn't catch a fucking northern. Everybody catches those. I didn't catch them. This is what I caught, and I'm gonna eat this shit. I'm gonna eat them. And I'd fucking bring like a half dozen or a dozen, you know, like a little more than that, enough to feed, you know, make some tacos or just have some fried fucking perch, and I'd fucking fry that perch up. Fillet those little perches up, batter them up, fry them up, little fish sticks. And everybody would eat them. At the end of the night, I remember at the end of the day, people would say, you should have got some more. Or too bad you didn't catch a crappie or walleye or a northern. I don't think we eat northern. I think the walleye we eat, though. I never caught a northern that was big enough to keep. Like, I always caught the smaller ones. And same with the walleye. I always caught, like, the smaller walleye. Or they were keepable, but you didn't want them. You wanted it if you were if we were going to eat the walleye or the northern. Northern would have to be big, and same with the walleye. You'd have to be like seriously big, like almost 3 feet fucking big. Like it'd be, even though it was like it would still. My dog wants to go in the door. I'll get you real. You want to go in? Come on. There you go, come on. I'll get a cocktail. Shit. It froze, real. Oh, you could see me in the camera as I come in the back over here. Oh no. It's a little delay. There's a little delay, but you could probably still hear me. Oh, that slushed a little bit too. Yeah, Rio, you're okay there. Welcome, bow pissers. Ooh. Welcome, bow pee-pee. There we go. Who else does that? Who else does that on their shows? Always wash the hands, though. Remember to wash the hands, people. So hear me. So you know I'm washing my hands. Welcome, bow pissers. We're almost done, guys, here. Cigar is almost out. There isn't much to talk about. I don't think the cigar is going to change very much. Ooh, it didn't go out. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome, about pee-pee. Welcome, about pee-pee. Ooh, I drooled. Like Trump. Ooh, that's so sweet. Yeah, but I think there's, this event. What time is it at? What time is the event at, people? Let's see what time is the event at. Whoa, why did it do that? Oh, it's in the morning. Sweet. 11:15 start. I love these morning matches. Gets the day going right. Wake up, make a breakfast. 11:15, you can't beat it. And on ESPN Plus for free. Oh, I forgot, I'm going bowling tonight. Forgot, I gotta rest up, go bowling. Bowling. Old bowling. Bowling. I don't bowl enough. I need to bowl more. It's just expensive. Even if you're in a league. And you have to be sort of pretty good already to be in a league. But I should invest in the time to go bowling. Do the bowling thing. Just bowl more. Oh, there's a cardinal. I saw one there. I saw one there. Yeah, just so soft. Like, that's why these, like, a cigar like this is just pleasant. It satisfies that urge. For me, it's not a really connoisseur smoke because I want, again, more complexity in a cigar. But if you're just looking for a smoke, a Connecticut shade is a no-brainer. Everybody always says it is true. It's true. If you're a novice, and sometimes someone like myself, I need to reset my palate. So I need something like this, right? Especially with the Connecticut's, reset my palate to see in the future if now I could see Aloha Smoke Smoke Break made a couple recommendations to see how this cigar is different from those that he recommended, right? Because not all cigars are the same. Not all Connecticut's are the same. So I'm going to try those, and we're going to see how they're going. Oh yeah, the little birds, they're out there chirping. I think they're mating. One of them's showing color. And I think the guys with the garage are going to start doing something else with the garage today because I could hear them over there. Polish guys or Armenians or Russians, whatever they are. They're immigrants like us. Immigrants. We don't even know if they're legal. We don't. Nobody asks them if they're legal. Nobody questions them if they're legal. Chances are they're illegal aliens too. So, you got news for you people, especially here in Chicago. The white immigrants are also illegal. They come on their work visas or tourist visa and they stay too, right? Like nobody ever talks about that. Of course, political people don't want to talk about that because they're not in an environment of our own immigrants. They're not used to being around immigrants. Chicago, we're a city of immigrants. We're a city of multiple cultures and people, And that's the way we are here, right? And we all work together. We appreciate each other. We might swear or fuck around with each other, but we got a project together. We're to get that shit done. So the best part of Chicago and worst part of Chicago is, the best part is the diversity. The worst part is that underneath that diversity, there's a lot of discrimination, right? Nobody wants to work together. I'd hire these guys. Shit, if I were a contractor, I'd hire them, and I'd be like, no, you got to work with the Mexican guys. That's the part where I'd probably fail as a contractor. But like, no, he doesn't want to work with, he doesn't speak to the Spanish guys. He doesn't want to work with the Spanish guys. I'm like, well, if he works for me, he's got to work with everybody. You know? Because they all work in their independent teams. All the Mexican guys work with Mexicans. All the Guatemalans work with each other. Salvadoreño guys work for the Salvadoreños. Indian dudes work with the Indian guys. And we're segregated even in a mutual workspace that we're all working together at, except that the teams are all separated by fucking ethnicity, which is ridiculous. That's where a manager and people, but they don't care. Most managers don't care. They don't want to fuck up the mix. They want to get the job done. They want to fuck up the flow. Me, I'm going to say fuck up the flow, but, you know, I'll have everybody work together. I'll split up the team if I have to. If they're working for me directly, if they're with their own contractor, that's fine. But if they're under me, everyone's got to work together. You have to be able and willing, and it doesn't have to be around the language of English. You still just have to be able to accomplish goals and objectives together, right? Even though you have different cultural background, you have to be able to accomplish that together. And you know, you don't see that a lot, you know. But then again, I'm not a general contractor anymore, or worked in that area, not anymore. But I thought of doing it, and I'd hire everybody. I'd especially hire people that like are super skilled and they could speak English and they could work with other people. That would be my goal. That would be ideal. You know, because I could send my team rather than a contract out to another team. I could send my team that I already know my team, their skill level, their skill sets, what they're able to do, what they specialize in, and I pay them. I already know what I'm paying them, and I know how they work. I know that they're going to get the shit done, rather than I show up and, you know, the contractor hasn't his shit done. He's like, oh, I come back tomorrow. I'm like, dude, my team would have had this shit done today. I needed it done today, and that was my expectation, and it's not done. You know, oh, we'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry. I'm like, well, like I wanted it done today. We could have had it done today. I expected you to have it done today, and you didn't have it done today. That's when we're going to be talking about, like, at the end of it, like money. At that point, like, oh, I expected you to do this, so I'm going to have to take a couple $100 off because I'd take my time to come the next day to inspect the shit that you did the next day that I didn't expect to do that. I was supposed to be over here doing something else. Watching these flies mate is annoying. I want to see the flies eat each other. School's going to get out soon here. I already did. Yeah, this Timex, garbage. Good looking watch. Very, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Good looking watch. I'm hoping it was only $50, man. If I paid $79 for this, I'm going to be upset with myself. Because I bought better Timexes and better watches for cheaper than that. Even better Paganini designs. So we're going to see. We are going to see. The good looking watch, garbage though, garbage. Yeah, the chrono, man, so disappointing. And it's not worth, like, these watches, same with my Sugas as well as this Timex, where the chrono function isn't working. It isn't worth going to my watchmaker guy who's going to charge me to repair it over $80. He's going to charge me more than what the watch is worth to repair it. And he'll tell me that too. He's like, oh, why are you having me repair? Just go buy a new one. And I'm like, I'm not going to buy a new one of this crap. He's like, well, I'm going to charge you $80 to fix it, the chrono, because it's not worth his hour or his time to disassemble it. Whatever part he's got to put it back together, it's not worth even his time. He'd be like, he's just not going to do it. Maybe I'll ask him. I'll ask him with this one or with my Sugas and see what's up. And yeah, but a lot of times it's not even worth repairing with some of these watches that's why you have to be careful with what you're paying for. If you're paying, if you're paying even $100 for that watch, if it is going to need repair, a lot of times the repair is worth more than what the watch cost you. So, it's a trade-off. I'm happy with my collection. I'm not unhappy with it. It still tells the time. It's just not very, the chrono function is just not there. And it looks okay, but yeah, everyone's out. It's a perfect day. Perfect day just sitting out here. No hot sun, no craziness. No one's in the chat. That's all right. Closer to the nub, still super smooth and mellow. Like, unoffensive. Great smoke. I'm going to smoke it all the way through like I do all the other cigars, guys. I'm going to still smoke it through. It's still good. Can't complain. Unoffensive. Has a little more, not even spice to it, but a little more strength of character to it now. All right, there's a new Rings of Power episode out. Horrible series. Yeah, if you made it this far, you are about better. That's the other positive, is this computer I don't think is that hot. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Still pretty good there. I won't drop off yet. It's no point. My neighbor's enjoying her afternoon. I feel bad for... Oh, no problem. Thank you, Smoke Break. Yeah, man. Thank you. Don't worry about it, brother. The cigar's still burning. Like I said, it's not like... That's why I think even yourself, a lot of people like these Connecticut's. It's like you could really smoke them through and they're not like overwhelming. And again, that's why for a beginner, a Corona or even a Panatella. I don't know if the Panatella is even the smaller, thinner Coronas. And even a beginner smoker might not like it. Why are you giving me this little cigar? No, give them the Panatella. Have them smoke the Panatella or the little petite Corona or Corona. And put them in there, put them in the, have them smoke that as opposed to this. You know what I mean? Whoa. Reopen the chat there, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try those Connecticut's that you recommended now. Smoke Break, which sort of sucks for me, but not really. Not really. Look at how I don't slobber on them. All my other cigars get slobby. They get all messed up. Not on these. What was that? You want to come out now? Come on. Dog wanted to go in. Now he wants to come out. He doesn't make his mind up. Doesn't make his mind up. Huh, buddy? Yeah, we're at the nub. It's not like strong at all. Still burns good. Still has a good draw. Still a decent cigar. We're gonna leave it at the 8. You know, I got to try some of these other Connecticut's now. I hate having objectives and new goals because that means more money out of my pocket. But you know, I'll enjoy it. I need to try some more Connecticut's. I need to like I said, trying this Connecticut like resets the palate, right? You reset the palate. You try new cigars. That's a positive. It's a win-win. You're still enjoying the cigar anyways. And that it burns still good at a nub like this for a Connecticut or any cigar. Testament to the construction. You want to smoke it to a nub. You want to be able to get it to a nub. Not just from the value of it, but you want to enjoy the smoke all the way through. Even at the nub, it's going to have a different characteristic, a different flavor characteristic than it did the first third, than it did the first initial hit that it had at the halfway mark, the last third. Now we're at the nub, and it's great to be able to get there. Little stronger as always at the nub. A lot more of a smoky characteristic at the nub. You're going to get a little more strength to it, but that's okay. Especially with the Connecticut. That I actually prefer it at this point because I'm getting that another more intense flavors than I did initially. I don't mind the intense flavor. I don't mind it when it has that intensity where it isn't as mellow. It's spiked a little bit. A little more smoky. I enjoy that. Little hotter, but that's all right. So at the nub, it's going to be burned a little hotter. Nice, much nicer oily finish, which I like. All right, I could almost have it, and after this, I could have a second cigar if I wanted to. I might. We'll see if I have a second cigar tonight. I doubt it. Like I said, everything I got in the humidor at this point, I don't know if I want to touch. Or if I do, I could, but like everything is pretty damn good. I don't smoke bad cigars anymore. Did I ever smoke bad cigars? Actually, no. There was one cigar, that Macanudo. I didn't even smoke it. I pulled it out of the cello and realized it was like a mint flavored cigar, a Macanudo grain labeled thing. I didn't even smoke it. I gave that to my brother. He loved it. I was like, hell no. I ain't smoking that thing. I didn't know it was flavored. And for Macanudo to make a flavored cigar, horrible. But if you made it this far, you are about better. I appreciate everybody coming in. Aloha. Shakas for everybody. Living the dream. Right? Continue on your adventures. Wish the best in gambling for everybody. Wish the best in life for everybody. And make it happen. You know, you got to put in the work to make that happen. But sometimes it also is just a state of mind, you know? It is just a state of mind, right? Even if you're down, you got to, if you live happy and you're good with people and you say hello to people on the street, you nod heads and show respect to your neighbors and to people in your community, things are good, man. Things are good, you know? You might get disappointed, it might hit a rock or rock hits you a little bit, but It didn't. What did it do? Like, I had that dream last night. That's the dream I had. The kids were going to throw rocks at me, and I tried to like convince them. And it wasn't that I was going to beat them up. I was just trying to tell them like, why are you throwing rocks at me? It's that much fun to throw rocks at me. Then throw the rocks at me. And then they threw the rocks at me. That was my dream last night. Weird dream. At least I dreamt. But yeah, I had people throwing rocks at me, and even though you convince them or you try to tell them not to throw rocks at you, even though they're throwing rocks at you, then eventually you just get out of range and you're just looking at them, and then they just stop. And you don't have to go back. You don't have to go back and throw rocks at them, right? You don't have to go back and throw rocks at people. It is what it is. Yeah, aloha, aloha. Yeah, that's right, man. Be careful who you throw. Not be careful, but you don't have to throw rocks on people and on people's lives. We're all out here. We're all trying to do and live our lives, not necessarily to the fullest. You don't even have to live I'm not trying to tell you to live your life to the fullest and just want, bow better. That's why I like to bow better. Somebody was like, okay, you spelled it wrong. And I'm like, no, I didn't spell it wrong, because I could use my name. That bow better name just isn't about gambling, right? It's not just about gambling. It's about being better, living your life better and living that life better, and being about better, right? Better things. And it's more positivity than just gambling. And so I never changed it to OR over here because of that. I never changed it to OR because we were about that, like smoke breaks about that aloha life. I'm about that aloha life in my own way. About that about better life, like we same thing. About better is aloha in a different, just said in a different way. We greet our neighbors, we treat our people with respect, we live our lives and try to accomplish things happily. We love our families, we love our environment, love the better things in life. And sharing those with people around us if possible, or at least if you're not able to share it, you share it this way, but you still embody that positivity. You embody something that is better about yourself, that distinguishes you, not necessarily that has to distinguish you, because I don't want it to be distinguished, but that you share with others. That energy that you share with others that is positive, whether you're with somebody or not, like whether they're across the world or not, that you can, have that soul, that element of that soul that is better, that is positive, is the way to be. And sometimes I don't like myself when I'm negative, because I do get negative. Everybody has that, but for the most part, I love that aloha lifestyle and that bow better lifestyle, and that's the way we gotta be. And whatever your word you want to be, if in whatever language you are, whatever country you're in, that's the way you are. And if you made it this far, you are about better. I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm going to drop this stream right now, finish this off, but I appreciate everybody coming in, you listening to me for a little while. Good, decent cigar. Go and get a cigar. Go and get something to drink. Try something out. Try something new. Try something out of the ordinary in your life. Enjoy yourselves. Good luck on your betting this weekend if you are indeed betting. And if you've made it this far, you are about better.